All right, everybody. Welcome to the Hockey Gambling Podcast, all the sports gambling podcast network. My name is Talon Jenkins, joined by our host. We got Ryan Gilbert, and we got, wow, that's quite revealing there. We got Joel Meyer. Gentlemen, how the hell are we doing tonight? A little itchy?
I'm doing good over here in Philadelphia, even though the Flyers aren't doing too well. But yeah, Monday night, start of the week, so doing all right here.
So I'm not exactly an elite golf bettor. I'm not proud around looking at the stats, diving into the metrics, following the markets. Basically half the guys that bet are just because I like them, like the Austrian Sepp Straka, the LSU guy Sam Burns, Victor Hovland, because he listens to black metal. These are the kinds I just like to bet because I like to cheer them on. But there are some things I know, some things that translate and transfer across all sports, especially individual sports, and that is the difference between a killer and a prey. And so Sunday morning, Shoffley at the head of the leaderboard. No, that's a perfect opportunity because he's not a killer. He's a prey. So I was lining up. I was betting Brian Harmon, and Scheffler's the biggest killer out there, but he had the neck issue going on, and he wasn't feeling great all weekend. He was still in contention, which is incredible considering he couldn't even hit a draw, and his ball speed was way down. But it was very clear halfway through the round 4 there that he was doing well. So I bet Scheffler multiple times, and thinking that Shoffley would fade, and he did. He slowly faded. He was hanging on there for a while. He's making putts, but 15, 16, 17, at least 16, 17 for sure. He missed some bad ones, and on the slow side, which is never a good sign. There's a lot more nerves there. You don't want to hit it too far and all that, but when you're in that position. But yeah, Scheffler is a machine. I'm looking forward to the Masters when he finally gets some competition, because right now the PGA Tour is not giving him much.
You know what, man? That was a hell of a tournament. And I gotta be fully honest with you. The PGA needed a big boy event where the big boy showed up and a big boy won, because all year long it's been like just scraps. Like, no offense to who's that Frenchman that won, and my boy Nicky Taylor, I love him. Yeah, Pavon, you're right. They needed, with all the momentum and stuff, they needed, like I said, just a fucking big boy tournament where the big dicks were out swinging and a big dick took home the title. And they got that with the players, with Scotty Scheffler. This guy's a killer, bro. It's not even fair. Tee to green, what we're seeing this guy do, tee to green, is absolutely amazing. If his putting is dialed, nobody has a chance. If this guy decides that I can putt this week, it's not even fair. It's insane. I think I got him odds before the tournament started, plus 500 in a 144-man field is absolutely insane. But dude, the guy's a killer out there. He does no wrong. It's even with a tweaked neck, they were saying, I guess he had or whatever. It was just a hell of a performance, man, to shoot back up, especially on Sunday for Scotty. Good for the PGA. Good for Scotty. Hell yeah.
Huh?
I had a lot all riding on that tournament. A little bit over even. I think I only made $400 or something. It wasn't.
You're so close to the playoff too.
We're gonna
get one. We're gonna get one.
We are 100%.
It lipped out. Like Wyndham Clark had a chance to tie it up and lipped out.
Even Xander on 17, man, that was a pretty close putt too. He would have been tied going into 18 there. I got not shafted, but could have been a hell of a lot better. The tie could have happened. I had ties in both top Irish player and top Asian player. Nick Taylor fell off the cliff for me, so it could have been an extremely profitable tournament. Just an okayly profitable tournament, I guess. But anyways, you want to listen more about the golf talk, go check out the Golf Gambling Podcast. This is a Hockey Gambling Podcast, baby. Let's get into it. Everybody go check out the Sports Gambling Podcast on our website. That's the place to be. Tons of stuff in the world of sports. We just have the players. That's awesome. There's 3 more tournaments till Augusta. That's going to be absolutely sick with the Masters. What else we got going on? There's basketball, college hoops. We got March Madness. I think that's kicking off Thursday. That tees off. Is that true?
Yeah, first 4 games tomorrow night.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. Well, there you go. So that'll be doing its thing. NBA is still doing its thing. We got 13 games in the NHL. We're going to bang through tonight. That's going to be absolutely sweet. NFL, we're gearing closer to the draft. I'm sure our boy Joelie's already started his preparation. He's going to be looking into making some good old money on that. I'm sure you can dive into it. Baseball, that's in 10 days. Doesn't the 28th? Is that the first day?
28th, yeah. And how about Joey Votto hitting a home run on his first spring training pitch as a Blue Jay? I bet you were out on your balcony celebrating that this weekend.
I was. It's a shame that he tripped on a bat on his way back and rolled his ankle, and he's going to be out for the rest of the year. So to all you baseball fans, nobody cares. But hell yeah. Ton of stuff in the world of sports. You can find all that information on the SGPN website. Be sure to go check it out. Listen to all the other shows. Everybody does a kick-ass job. Read the articles. Check out Ryan's fantasy hockey articles. I think we're in the last week. I think next week is like the start.
Playoffs right now.
Oh, well, not in my league, but I guess in some leagues it's playoffs, baby. Let's go. So yeah, read Ryan's articles. It'll give you all the little tips that you need and the little tricks. It's clutch time. It's money time, baby. It's time to put up or shut up. So hell yeah, that'll help you out. And of course, shout out to all our friends and pals in the Discord, man. I hate the Discord. It's the worst place in the world. I hate it so much. I hope everybody in there just jumps off a cliff and fucking dies. But if you want to be in there and be hated by me and be told to jump off a cliff and die, then fucking there's no better place to be than to be in our Discord. So if you want to get in there, reach out to myself or Ryan on Twitter. We'll be sure to point you in the right direction. Or you can reach out to the HGP Twitter account, social media assistant producer. We'll get you going. He's an absolute stud. I'll tell you everything that you need to know. Or what you can do is go watch some Bundesliga, because I had buddies at work that were talking about Bundesliga today, and I was like, I got a pal that's all about that, and I didn't say anything because I don't fucking know. But you know what? You and all you guys can go watch some soccer, and I guarantee you my boy Joel Meyer will be right there with you. Hell yeah, he'll tell you how to get into the Discord.
Another Leverkusen victory, so the march continues to the Bundesliga title. Yeah, international week this week, though, so we'll have to wait a little bit before the guys get back on the pitch. But, yeah, for the Discord, you guys should get in there for the playoffs because Talon's already on edge and just snapping at everybody in the Leafs game. But I can only
everybody
imagine
and anybody
be like during the playoffs.
Everybody and anybody, baby. I do not care. You can be like 4 years old, orphaned, like on the streets. You bought some burner cell phone, and the only thing app you got is Discord, and fucking just you wait. You're all going down swinging.
Get in there. Follow on Twitter at HockeySGPN. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, YouTube. Yeah, Joel and I got some comments the last show because a few shows ago we were talking about soccer for too long. They were like, soccer is a hockey show. No, we can talk about whatever we want. It's mostly hockey. You can skip through that, but yeah, make sure you are subscribed to the podcast.
It's our show. It means we could do whatever the fuck we want. All right. So if we're gonna talk about soccer, golf, just skip it. Just skip it.
It's like 40 seconds at most. Like you guys aren't talking about it, so it's just me going on. So fuck that.
Hell yeah.
One little 30-second skip button takes care of it.
Mm-hmm.
We did talk about soccer for a few minutes at one show, Joel. After,
but you know what?
The Man City game.
It doesn't matter. The 15-second skip button on Spotify is my best friend. Like I use that shit. Ads, skip. It's a segment I don't like.
Not our ads, though.
Not our
ad reads you have to listen to.
I mean, no comment. But all right. We're gonna get into our lock dogs and totals from last show. Scary. From March 16th. Ryan had a good day. Ryan went 2-1, up 1.9 units. Myself, I went 1-2, down 0.59 units. And Jolie went 1-2 as well, down 0.65 units. Ryan, guy, kick us off here, buddy. Be careful how you phrase this game you're going to talk about, though.
Yeah, I don't think I really had a great day betting wise on Saturday. I think I ended up negative. Also, my Flyers, of course, lost to Boston. But my lock, the Hurricanes defeated the Toronto Maple Leafs 4-3, I believe it was. I had the -110 as my lock. So I hit that. My dog, Avs, +110 against the Oilers. Insane play by Nathan McKinnon to throw it on net. And it
was nuts
there in the final second. And Sean Walker, 2 goals there. So Flyers are helping me there. And then Buffalo, Detroit, over 6.5 at +100. Not a lot of goals in that one. I think it was a 4-1 final. So still a 2-in-1 day, still profitable for me.
Yeah, 1-2 myself. My lock, though, I'm not taking this one back at all. This is absolutely the right pick. Devils money line. They dominated this game start to finish. They just couldn't get any goaltending. We didn't get Connor Ingram net. We got Vag Milk, and it was vintage Vag Milk. Like this is the Vag Milk from season 1 when he was just killing everyone. He was insane there. Stopped everything. Devils gave their best effort. That was like their last ditch effort at maybe making the playoffs. And yeah, I'm not apologizing for that one at all. It was the right bet. Dog, wild regulation, +120. Yeah, I bet against the Blues every time. I'm not apologizing for that either. Shootout loss. I had the money line, so whatever. It made up for the Hurricanes shootout miracle win. And then the total Capitals Canucks under 6 at -110. This is a no doubter. Right bet all the way. yeah, hopefully things turn around for me because it's been a bad month or so here, betting wise.
I wonder why.
There's theories out there. Yeah, Saturday was an absolute bloodbath for me, and Sunday wasn't much better. So hopefully we get off to a winning day here on Tuesday.
Hell yeah. For myself, for my lock, it came through. It was the only thing I came through. I had the New York Rangers versus Pittsburgh Penguins on the money line, -142. Bit of juice here. I think we talked about this. Like, what is up with these odds? This is absolutely insane. What was the score? It's like 7-4 or some shit like that. The Rangers just showed up and lit the lamp pretty consistently. I think it was a high scoring game. It was 3-2 after the first period or something. But they got it done. For my dog, I had Buffalo in regulation versus Detroit at +145. Buffalo didn't really show up in this game, man. Detroit, it was they scored first. It was 1-0 after the first period, so I shouldn't say that. But after the first period, this game was all Detroit, man. They dominated play. They got up, I think it was like 2-1 after the second period, and then just by the time the third period came, there was no chance. They were all over the Sabres. And then for my total, I stand by this pick. I'm just going to say I got shafted on this one. I had the Islanders and the Senators under 6.5 -120.
Oh, yeah, you did.
It was looking good. I was like, okay, we're looking good. Last minute, there's like 38 seconds left. Sens were up 3-2. Bo Horvat scores a power play goal. These refs got to relax with these penalties because some of these penalties that we're seeing in like the last like 3 minutes of games are just absolutely bananas, man. Like this was one of them where I didn't think it should have been called, but needless to say, it was. Like I said, Horvat tied it with like 38 seconds left, pushing overtime. So the over hit. The Sens won the game. I believe the Sens won. Yeah, I think Kachuk had like a hat trick or some shit. So, yeah, free Brady Kachuk.
All right. We are brought to you by the SGPN subscriber-only March Madness contest. The contest is free to enter and only open to subscribers of SGPN shows. For every SGPN show you subscribe to, you'll get bonus credits to use in the contest. It's a bankroll style contest and winner take all for $1,000 prize or $2,000 if you're subscribed to the Sports Gambling Podcast Patreon. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/madness. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/madness. And we got Merch Madness going on. So use promo code Madness, 15% off everything in the merch store to get all that cool Hockey on Podcast merch. And of course, make sure you check out Cut, which is the peer-to-peer social betting platform that's US based and available in 40 states. Peer-to-peer social betting is a new and better way to bet directly against your friends or other users on any event with a verifiable outcome, plus tons of fun social features that give it the feel of a betting social network like group chats, betting leaderboards, head-to-head history, user profiles, fan groups, and more. You can create your own bets with Cut, and they handle the payment side of things. You don't have to chase anyone down for money, and you get cash back every single time you bet against your friends or other users. Download Cut today in the App Store or over at cut.com. That's KUTT, and use promo code SGPN for a 10% deposit bonus. And check out Underdog Fantasy. Is the easiest place to play fantasy sports. It's also the fastest growing fantasy app in the industry. Pick whether your favorite players have a higher or lower stat total. For a chance to win big, you can win up to 100 times your money in a single night. So sign up today with the promo code HGP and get your first deposit doubled up to $100, as well as an instant pickup special. Visit underdogfantasy.com or find them in the App Store. And don't forget to register with promo code HGP to get your first deposit doubled up to $100, as well as an instant pickup special. Must be 18 years or older and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-522-4700 or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Oh, mouthful there, Gilbert. Good job, buddy. All right, boys. We got a 13-game slate set here for Tuesday, March 19th. We ready to rock this Casbah or what?
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah. First game on the docket here. We got the Ottawa Senators against the Boston Bruins. Game itself is in Boston at the Gardens. Ottawa on the money line sitting at +180. Bruins on the money line at -218. Over-under sitting at 6. Overpaying off, -118, the under, -102. The Senators are not a good hockey team. They're 3-6-1 in their past 10 games, and they've been struggling to, even just the on-ice product. We say this team, yeah, they have a lot of offensive firepower. We always say that, and they do on paper. They can put the biscuit in the basket, and sure, they can score goals. They're not the worst goal scoring team, but we're at the point of the year now where it's just a lost cause. So, what are you doing? You're playing for pride. Like, I don't think there's much pride going on in that dressing room right now. Not to say that the players don't have pride individually. They do, but this whole year has just been an absolute shit show. And then on the opposite end of the spectrum with the Bruins, you have the exact opposite. You have a team that's destined to potentially even win the Atlantic. I think they're above Florida right now as it currently stands. Florida has one game in hand, though, but they're just playing so well, man. Goaltending's been unreal. They're not really... this Bruins team blows me away because you look at it on paper and like we say this all the time. It's like, oh, they're not that great. Center depth was a big question coming into this year, and then you watch them play and you're like, well, I guess it doesn't matter because they're just fucking sick. So, needless to say, I'm being long-winded here. I love the Bruins. I like the Bruins on the puck line, honestly, -1.5 and +114. The Senators do tend to kind of show up against better teams, but with what we're seeing out of Boston, you got to be all over them. Goaltending's been sick for the Bruins too. I don't know if we'll see Olmark here in this game or not. We're swinging, but either way, I don't think it should be a factor. Over under numbers at 6. I'm going to take the over, man. I don't really love it, but like the Bruins can score, the Sens can score. I don't know. The push is in play. I'll take the over. Give me the Bruins on the puck line and regulation.
Yeah, don't love the total here really either way. Swayman just gave up 5 to the Flyers on Saturday. But yeah, Ottawa is a tough spot for them. Third game in 4 nights, fourth game in 6 nights. So they're going to be tired. Don't got much to play for. As Talon mentioned there, Boston still very much fighting for that top seed in the Atlantic. Hopefully that they fall off, but we'll see what happens there. Ottawa just horrible on the road, 10-19-2. Boston 22-8-6 at home. So I think I'm going Boston here, but I don't really trust them enough on the puck line or really regulation. Their only meeting this season was 3-2 Bruins in overtime back in January. So I have the Bruins either take a -218 money line if you're comfortable doing that, or I have them as a parlay piece with a game we'll get to later.
Yeah, I don't have many thoughts to add here. I think Talon said it right that the Senators do tend to show up in these spots, but they haven't really been playing great at all for a while, really, and they haven't really responded well to Josh Norris going down. I know Shane Pinto's there now, and he's still basically a point per game player somehow.
It's good.
Yeah, but still, it's the Bruins right now. They're gearing up playoff mode. They're playing better hockey nowadays. They struggle to beat Montreal, but the Canadiens always get up for those games, especially at home. In the last one there on Saturday, it's a lean of the Bruins for me. Nothing too strong. Because they are a pretty big favorite here, and the Senators, they show up in weird spots. So I'm not exactly banging the table here for the Bruins at -218. Kind of like the under though, -102, cheap under 6 with the Senators offense drying up and the Bruins with how they play. So I would take the under more than anything else in this game.
All right, heading on to the 7 p.m. time slot, we have the Toronto Maple Leafs against the Philadelphia Flyers. Game itself was in Philadelphia. Leafs on the money line sitting at -135. Flyers on the money line at +114. Over-under sitting at 6.5. Overpaid off -102. The under -118. We just saw this game the other day in Toronto. 6-2 trim up for the Leafs. Rye guy, what's going to happen? Repeat, or are we going to see a bit of a stronger showing from Philadelphia here?
Yeah, that one was in Philadelphia, but I wasn't in the building, so I understand it didn't feel like a true Flyers home game for them there. I'm confused by this line. I thought the Leafs would be much bigger favorites, so taking my bias out of it, I'd take the Leafs here -135. Take them on the puck line maybe at +180. 6-2 win last Thursday. Yeah, they kind of went up early 3-0 and then just poured it on late too. So maybe the Flyers get a better effort now with Tortorella behind the bench for this one. There's rumblings that the Flyers could healthy scratch Sean Couturier for this one.
Yeah, what's that all about?
I don't think it's going to happen, but I know he's not playing very well since he's just worn down. He missed 2 seasons with a back injury. Now he's not getting the points. He's playing fine defensively, but
then at least they day-to-day or something. This is your captain, isn't it? Like, you can't just fucking healthy scratch him.
Yeah, it's not the NBA. You can't just do load management.
Yeah.
During a tough run, but they recall a defenseman on emergency loan too. So Sanheim is battling something; he might be out. But Leafs are without Marner, Lyubushkin, Yarncroc. So leads the Leafs, but I'd really like the over 6.5 here at -102. 6-2 last game. Flyers just played 6-5 against Boston. Toronto just played 5-4 against Carolina there. So I quite like the over here. Both meetings this season have gone over.
Right, we saw this game about a week ago. Flyers got bet hard. The Maple Leafs closed at around -110 at a market-making book, which is when I came in. But the Maple Leafs proved that they're the better team in that one. And after a bad showing there, blowing that 3-goal lead on Saturday, I do think the Leafs come out strong. So, yeah, I would lean the Leafs way here. I also like the over 6.5 quite a bit with the way that the Flyers are defending lately. Not exactly great goaltending. And we know about the Leafs, how well they defend. And, but they could still put the puck in the net. So I think the Leafs team total is the way to go here for now. We'll see if the Flyers get bet just like last week. And then I'll bet some more Maple Leafs money line if that happens. Leafs and the over for me.
Name another team in the NHL where they're 12-3-1 in their past 16 games and the sky is falling. Like, you can't. Like, I don't know. The city sucks sometimes. I'll tell you that right now. But with that being said, the Leafs don't. The Leafs have been awesome. The Leafs dominated the Hurricanes in that game. They literally just shit the bed and fell apart in the last minute and 30 seconds. So I wouldn't put too much onus into it, or to look and say, oh, this team's about to slide or something. They've been playing awesome hockey. They dominated that game. I love Toronto -135 here. Ryan brought up a good point. The injuries for the Leafs are significant. Jan Krok's like a utility player all around, but no one more so than Mitch Marner, man. This is your first line winger, your first line power play, puck driver, and then he's on your first line penalty kill. So obviously it hurts having him out with a high ankle sprain. There's some iffy news coming out of that camp, whether what kind of shape he's actually in or not. So that'll be a story to keep in touch. And then, like you said, with Lyubushkin being sick with an illness or something. But that being said, though, Flyers, I don't know, Ryan, like you know more than I do, obviously, when it comes to this team. It seems like I don't want to say mailing it in and shit. Obviously, they're still in a playoff spot, but it seems like there's been a little bit of a slip lately, and they've been battling the injury bugs as well, too. So, with the likes of Nick Seeler, Jamie Drysdale, etc. I like the Leafs -135 here. I think they go into Philly and they get the job done. We'll calm the waters in Toronto a little bit. People can stop freaking the fuck out, telling them to fire their coach before playoffs with 16 games left. What are we doing here, guys? Dude, it's absolutely insane. Over under in this game. I don't know who we're going to see. This is the first night of a back-to-back for the Leafs. We play Washington the next night. I kind of got a feeling we might see Joseph Woll in this game, truth be told. He's looking for a pick-me-up spot since he came back from injury. They threw him out of the frying pan and into the fire when he played the Bruins twice in a row coming back from injury. So I think they need a get-right game here. And I know I shouldn't say this, but I kind of feel like Washington has a little bit more to play for than Philly right now, even though they're both looking to hold a playoff spot. I'm going to lean towards the under a little bit. Hopefully we can get a big showing from Joseph Woll. And Austin Matthews, man, he's got like 3 goals in his last 10 games, 1 in his past 6. The Leafs power play is 1 for their past 24. This team's not scoring as much. They're getting depth scoring, which is good, but the big guys aren't really showing up too much. So I'm going to lean towards the under.
Speaking of your great city of Toronto there, Talon, did you see the Grady Dick jersey swap from last night?
It's pretty bad when the only way your team is relevant when your player with the last name Dick swap jerseys with someone. So yes, it was funny, but I mean, like, the Raptors are a joke. So yes, funny.
Very fitting then. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I should have worn my Grady Dick jersey. That would have been funny. All right, you could put on a Scott Hartnell jersey, and we'll be Hartnell Dicks. All right, moving on to the 7 p.m. time slot. We have the Columbus Blue Jackets against the Detroit Red Wings. Game itself is in Detroit here. Columbus on the money line sitting at +145. Detroit on the money line at -175. Over under sitting at 6.5. Over at -122. The under +102 here. Big win for Detroit against Buffalo the other day. They needed that to keep their playoff hopes alive. With that being said, they were just coming off a 7-game losing streak. I'm not convinced that we're seeing a lot of change here. They looked better in that game, but there's a lot of problems, man. Look at what they got going on in goaltending. I'm not convinced that Alex Lyon is a guy. He's expected to get the start for this game here with Dylan Larkin out. Now, he's back. He's day-to-day now. So what I read in my fantasy league posting is that he's going to be back like within 3 games, so he's probably not likely to play this game. I'll take the Blue Jackets at +145. There is some skill on this team. There is some talent. Detroit should win this game, but I just can't bring myself to bet them with what I've seen for them in the past 10 games. Over under, kind of leaning towards the over in this game. Don't really love it though.
Yeah, I do like the Red Wings here, actually. This has been bet down to -166. I think it opened around -185. I don't know if there's been some injury news I didn't hear. I can't imagine so, but they're just a different team at home. 19-11-5 at home, under 500 on the road. Blue Jackets are 10-16-6 on the road. They've kind of mailed it in, lost 4 of their past 5, only win against San Jose. Third game in 4 nights for both teams here, but I think, Detroit still fighting for that playoff spot now, so I think they get it done at home. -166 is not a price I mind at all. For the total, lean to the over, but probably no play there.
Well, we're seeing the real colors of the Detroit Red Wings lately. For a while, they were sustained by some elite goaltending from Alex Lyon and a crazy shooting percentage. But now that those things have dropped off, they're not getting the goals, not getting the saves, and they're losing games. Funny how that works. Yeah, they're still one of the worst teams, 5-5 expected goals. Even the Blue Jackets are ahead of them in the last 15 games. Yeah, I think +140 is a fine price to take the Blue Jackets at. The Red Wings are in free fall right now. You'd think that maybe they turn around after a nice win against the Sabres when the Sabres were maybe looking to make a charge against them, but then they turn around and lose to the god-awful Pittsburgh Penguins who could score 6 goals for the first time in fucking forever. So, yeah, Red Wings are a bunch of idiots, frauds, whatever, and they're probably going to lose this game. Yeah, give me the Blue Jackets and lean to the over 6.5 too. Blue Jackets, they're probably going to play some freewheeling and dealing hockey here. Not great goaltending on either side now that Lyon has fallen off. So, yeah, I think I like the over, but definitely like the Blue Jackets side more.
All right, heading down to the 7 p.m. time slot, we have the Pittsburgh Penguins against the New Jersey Devils. Game itself is in New Jersey here. Pittsburgh on the money line sitting at +114. Devils on the money line at -135. Over under sitting at 6.5. Over paying off -105. The under is sitting at -115 here. Boys, the Penguins are still alive, bro. They're not. Let's face it. Everything literally has to go right for them in order to make playoffs here. But I don't know. In this game particularly here, everything says bet the Devils. I'm kind of going to go the other way, man. From what I've seen, I don't even say from what I've seen because they kind of look like shit. I just can't get over how bad every time I see a puck hit a defenseman's stick on the Penguins, how bad they're controlling it or making a play. Like Chris Letang, I love the guy to death, just fell off a fucking cliff. Erik Karlsson is just trying to fucking score goals. I don't even know what to say about this guy. And everybody else of this team on the back end is just an absolute complete joke. But then I look at the Devils and I'm like, yes, the talent's there, but this whole year it's just been in shambles for them. Bringing in Jake Allen, yes, that helps. He's better than what they had, but I'm not convinced that he's the guy either. Tristan Jarry has been fucking streets ahead of him when it comes to this year. So I'm going to lean towards I'm going to take the Penguins here, +114 as road dogs. I think they go in and get it done. They haven't been great on the road this year, but New Jersey's been shit at home too. And as far as over-under in this game, take the over, bro. I feel like we're going to see lots of goals in this, even though Jarry has been fine.
Yeah, love the over here. Over 6.5 -105. Only meeting this season. Devils won 5-2 back in November. I also like Pittsburgh here. I think +114. Both teams are playing their third game in 4 nights, but the Pittsburgh has been home in Pittsburgh while the Devils have been out west in Arizona, then in Vegas. Good game, good effort there against Vegas. Took it down to the wire. They got an empty netter to win 3-1. But I think the coming home now going to be tough for them after the road trip. Both teams are somehow still fighting for a playoff spot because the Eastern Conference playoff race is a joke. And I think Pittsburgh has enough to get it done at +114 and the over.
Yeah, I might have to eat my words about the Capitals because they're the only team apparently wants to make the playoffs. So
yo, for real though, 100%.
So every time I get excited about a team making a push, the Penguins a while back, and then the Sabres, they lose to the Red Wings in a pretty bad performance, and then the Islanders have fallen off. They lost 4 in a row. The Lightning are the only ones really stepping on the gas, pulling away. So it's really just for that one seed now, the second wild card spot. But yeah, the Penguins, they need to win this game to make it happen. I think the Devils are out of it. I noticed a bunch of money came into one of my accounts today, and it's one of those books where it doesn't actually show you what the bet was. You just notice the money because you got to look through all of the fucking when you actually made the bet. And I think it was the under 96.5 points for the Devils because they're not going to make it to 97. I did the math, so I think that money came in already. So good for that book instead of making me wait till the end of April. So yeah, give me the Penguins here. I agree with you boys on the Penguins here. Maybe that offense gets going. Although watching that game against the Rangers on Saturday, on one power play for the Penguins, they give up 3 2-on-1s to the Rangers.
Oh my! It was so bad, dude. I saw that too. I was like, holy shit! I was watching that work.
Fucking pitiful, man. So that said, I mean, both teams had higher expectations for this year, especially the Devils, and so this is kind of a poor excuse for a game. Two sorry ass teams fighting to make it at the end of the year. Big long trucks now. They're both double digits to make it. But yeah, give me the Penguins and give me the over.
Dustin Wolf is too small to be a goalie in the NHL. I'm going to say it right now. I'm sorry.
How tall is Apples are winning? Oh my!
He's like 5'10", 5'11". You just can't do it anymore, man. That's not okay. Every goalie's like 6'4", 6'5". Not
Live bet Flames, Joel. Live bet Flames.
Don't do it. Just hammer the fucking Washington. All right. All right. Moving down the 7 p.m. time slot here. Winnipeg Jets against the New York Rangers. Hell of a game here. This is going to be sweet. Jets on the money line sitting at plus 105. Rangers on the money line at minus 125. Over under sitting at 5.5. Over paying off minus 112. The under sitting at minus 108 here. This Rangers team since the trade deadline, I don't think we actually, all three of us, did like a full-on post-trade deadline show kind of thing yet. We're going to do a power rankings or a contender rankings rather pretty soon. Maybe this week we can actually do that. But I love what the Rangers did, dude. There was talks like floating out that they were in on Gensel, but really what they did was just plugged holes around their rosters with some of the players that they brought in, man. And they're looking fucking deep. I actually really like this Rangers team, and you see it by the way they play too. I just love how aggressive they are on the PK. I think that's the best fucking thing. System-wise, they're doing good. They have nice depth. Goaltending. Shesterkin has been kind of coming back to form the past couple of games. He had a nice shutout win the other night. I forget who's. I think it was against the Islanders. So yeah, they're looking well. And then the Jets, hell of a good team too. We've been talking about the defensive metrics and defensive systems all year long. Love the under 5.5 of this game at minus 108. Love the Rangers at home here, man. Fucking 24-8-0 at home. Both teams are on a 2-game winning streak here. I really like the Rangers. I might even get in on them to win the cup right now because that number is only going to drop by the time playoffs comes.
I don't know if I'm just a hater of the Rangers. I don't believe in them long term. I don't know if I'm looking too much at their underlying numbers. I know their 5-on-5 numbers aren't great, but I mean their special teams is killer, goaltending's killer. I love what they did at the deadline too. Like Talon said, Wenberg, Roslovic, Ruedel, he hasn't even played yet. Seems kind of like the 22 deadline where they just added a few depth pieces.
They filled holes. They filled holes, right? They didn't go big game hunting. They filled holes.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's paid off for them. But I think the Jets filled their holes even better. You know,
a lot of hole filling going on.
We love filling holes on this show.
A lot of holes being filled here on this one with Winnipeg. I'm not sure which way they're going, but yeah, Toffoli, Monahan, obviously the month earlier, back-to-back 6-goal wins, 6-0 Anaheim, 6-1 Columbus. Not great, but like not great teams, but still, good wins there. Rangers, third game in 4 nights at Pittsburgh, and then home against the Islanders, and now they're home against Winnipeg here again. I think Winnipeg can get it done. I do like the Jets here at plus 105. Maybe a Jets team can win in New York for once. I'm going to go with the under here, though. Under 5.5 at minus 108. This just screams goalie game.
Yeah, Rangers are playing a bit better lately. Still not terrific, I don't think, but Shesterkin has really elevated his game, so they don't have to be terrific when you got that guy back there doing his thing. Two tired teams, I guess, but the Rangers, it seems like it's been forever since they've had 2 days off. I mean, they've had a really rough stretch against some good teams too. So you got to figure that they got to be wearing down a bit. So yeah, I like the Jets here, even at plus 105 here. I think that they're a moderately better team, and the situation lines up better for them. But I also like the under with you guys. Yeah, Rangers are too reliant, I think, on the power play, and this should be a lower event game with fewer penalties, given the fact that Jets Rangers not exactly a rivalry or anything, an interconference matchup. So yeah, and both goalies, of course, elite. And one more thing, Ryan Lindgren also got crunched in the last game for the Rangers, so that's a blow. They might have another hole that needs fill in there on the back end. If that guy,
you can help them out, Ryan. You'll fill their hole.
I'll fill whatever hole's needed.
Don't get excited, Archer.
Matt Rempe is also back Tuesday for the Rangers, so we'll see if he even plays or fights anybody on the Jets there.
Hell yeah.
All right. We're brought to you by Game Time. Buying tickets to your favorite event should not be stressful. Game Time is the fast and easy way to buy tickets to all the sports, music, comedy, and theater near you. With killer deals on last-minute tickets and their best price guarantee, you can stop stressing over the tickets and start getting hyped for all the fun you'll have. Get Them app is great. Got flash deals, images of seat views, so you know what to expect before you arrive. You can buy tickets in a matter of seconds, 2 taps, and you are set. So snag the tickets without the stress with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CFBX for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code CFBX for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed.
All right, moving down to the 7:30 p.m. time slot here. We have the Carolina Hurricanes against the New York Islanders. Game itself is in the island. Carolina on the money line sitting at minus 162. Islanders on the money line at plus 136 in the island. Over sitting at 6.5. Over paid off minus 105. The under minus 115 in the island here. This is a toughie, man. You have the worst team in the league going against the worst fan base in the league. So what do? You know, the Hurricanes. With that being said, I think the Hurricanes are going to win this game. I think the Islanders have been kind of struggling as of late. Patrick Waugh's been kind of losing his mind every time you see this guy. He's freaking the fuck out. I like the Canes. I think the Canes of regulation here, man. I think they're 8-2 or 8-2 in their past 10 games. 7 of those wins have all been in regulation. And then the Islanders, not sold on them. I like the under in this game. The Islanders have had trouble scoring, man. They got shut out twice in a row in their past 4 games. I think they have 5 goals scored. And Freddie Anderson, I was looking at a thing the other day. If you look at, what is it? It's like fucking NHL goalies all-time winning percentage. Frederik Anderson is like 6th of all time, and he's sandwiched in between fucking Patrick Waugh and Martin Brodeur. So, like, I don't know. Freddie's just regular season juggernaut, yo. When he played on Anaheim, they were a good team when he was backing up John Gibson. You know, like or hate the Leafs, they were strong regular season teams when he was there, and Carolina's been a hell of a team, too, since he's been around. So, Freddie finds a way to get wins. Love the Canes in regulation. Love the under in this game.
Yeah, I like the Canes here a lot, minus 162. I mean, this also goes with my Hurricanes to win the Metro and the Rangers to lose. That, you know, that's not too good to double down on here, but I think the Canes are just a much better team than the Islanders since the trade deadline. Since they got Gensel and Kuznetsov in, they've just been a better team. You know, had that loss to the Rangers, but besides that, big wins against the Cats, the Leafs, and the Sens there, 7-2. Islanders have lost 4 in a row. 3rd game in 4 nights for both teams here once again, so no real rest advantage. So I do like the Canes minus 162, but I'm not falling into this trap where you take the under in a Canes-Islanders game again. We've done this the past few times, 5-4, 5-4 overtime, 4-3 overtime in the past 3 meetings. So taking the Canes on the money line, maybe a draw play for something small, but best bet here is the Canes.
I like the Canes as well. Yeah, Freddie has been good since coming back from that blood clot or whatever it was. Except for that own goal that he gave up to the
You're never going to live that down, eh? That's just always going to be there.
Well, it would look like something he'd do in a playoff game, right?
We're talking regular season.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, Hurricanes here. I kind of like the under, though, with the way the Owls are playing defensively, and they can't score, though. The Hurricanes, I think, aren't exactly going to be interested in bombing away on them. You know, 7-2 against the Sens, but the Sens have a much worse defense, much worse goaltending than the Isles. So I haven't bet this one, but I do like the Hurricanes in the under if I had to bet something.
All right, heading down to the 8 p.m. time slot here. We got the San Jose Sharks against the Nashville Predators. Game itself is in Smashville here. San Jose on the money line sitting at plus 300. Preds on the money line at minus 380. Preds on the puck line minus 1.5, sitting at minus 142. The over-unders at 6. Both over-under paid off minus 110. Preds are the real deal lately, bro. 8-0-2 in their past 10 games. And they're winning with authority, man. They trimmed up Seattle 4-1, trimmed up the Jets 4-2, you know, beat the Sabres 4-2, beat the Avalanche 5-1, beat the Wild 6-1. Like, these are some okay teams. Yes, there's been some shit in there as well, but they're winning games wholeheartedly. And to think they'll do anything less against the Sharks is just being absolutely insane. Minus 142 is a lot of juice for a puck line here, but the Sharks absolutely suck. This team's probably not even going to hit 50 points this year, which is just an embarrassment. And the Preds, you know, they're playing hard. They're playing, you know, to hold on to a playoff spot out there in the West. They're still in the wild card spot. They're one of the better position wildcard spot teams. They got 82 points, so they're looking okay. I think St. Louis has like 74 or 75 or something like that. But yeah, I love the Preds. Maybe like a Preds team total might be the way to look as well too. They have been scoring plethora of goals lately, and San Jose has been letting in a shark load against, 2 dicks worth of goals against on them. So yeah, give me the Preds team total. Give me the Preds on the puck line. I'll also take the over here. You know, why not? Fuck it. Let's have some fun in a shit game.
Yeah, I like the Predators here. I think puck line's fine at around minus 150. Shark, 3rd game in 4 nights. And end of a road trip here. They've lost all 4 games. The last 3 by at least 2 goals. Only one that kept close was by Flyers game there. I think the Preds can get it done here by at least 2 goals. It did so in Seattle, did so in Winnipeg. Against Buffalo, the Avs, Wild, Sens, and in the past 10 games. So love the Preds here at home. Sharks are awful on the road. And you know what the Sharks and Predators have in common? You better watch yourself if you're surfing and you're not careful. Surfing the web, the Predator's going to get you. Surfing the ocean, the Shark's going to get you. You know where you're going? You're going down. So I'm taking the under.
Love it. Well done. Well done.
I can't take it under right now with the way the Sharks are playing. They're just they've given up defensively, absolutely brutal. I know they don't exactly score too many, but they can be a sneaky team. Plus the Predators, you know, they're sitting comfy now in that playoff spot. They've had some time off. They're smelling their farts, feeling fat and happy.
Pardon me?
A lot of holes talk, and then Joel was coming out smelling your farts, smelling your farts.
Excuse me?
That's a saying. You know,
it's a saying. It's a saying. Yeah.
Okay.
It's when you're like reading their own press clippings.
Yeah, like you enjoy the smell of your own farts, like that.
I'm so great. I'm so great. Yeah. Even my farts smell good.
All right.
Yeah. It's a South Park episode. You should look into that. Yeah, so Predators here are I can't really trust them minus 380. Sharks, I'm not betting them either. So the only way I would attack this is the Predators team total. You can get them to score 4 goals in regulation at minus 150. I think that's palatable. I mean, it's that of the puck line. It's more or less the same bet. But yeah, that's the way I look. But I haven't bet this game.
All right, let's move down to the 8 p.m. time slot here again. We got the Colorado Avalanche against the St. Louis Blues. Game itself is in St. Louis. Colorado on the money line sitting at minus 205. Blues on the money line at plus 170. Over-under sitting at 6.5. Overpaying off minus 102. The under minus 118 here. Avs on the puck line at minus 1.5 is sitting at plus 120 as well. Jolie, why don't you take a break from smelling your own farts and tell us about your favorite team here? What's going to happen with the Avs?
Oh, I've just started now. The Avalanche are killing it. 6 wins in a row. Yeah, this is a game I bet, of course, because it's the Blues. And, I'm not betting the Blues. So, yeah, I bet the Avs here. Much better team. I know it's the last game of a road trip, longish road trip. Though they got a few days off after this. Hopefully we can finish strong here against the divisional rival. Hopefully that keeps them motivated and whatnot. 2 days off in between this and the Edmonton win, which was a hell of a game there. That was fun to watch. Should have been more than 5 goals, but we finally got some goaltending from the Avs. It's been a while, but yeah, the Avalanche here, I think, is a far superior team. You got to watch out for the Blues, man. They won 4 games in a row, and it's a good thing that the Knights are the closest team to being toppled. Because if the Blues do make the playoffs, it'd be great if it was the Knights that they knocked off, but. Yeah, I can't get rid of these damn Blues, man. Just when you think they're dead, they win 4 in a row. Well, hopefully the Avs can kill them off here. The Avalanche have been getting some goaltending, but the offense is still lethal. I'm not touching the total, but I can make a case for either one. I mean, the Blues goaltending has been actually underrated this year. Bennington's had his strongest
as of late too. Holy fuck, dude, he's been unreal.
Yeah, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like the Avs here, minus 205. I don't necessarily trust them on the puck line or regulation. They have gone to overtime back-to-back games, 3 of their past 4. I think they don't mind going to overtime because they know they have the skill advantage with their top players there. So use them as a parlay piece, either with the Bruins talked about earlier, Predators if you want to do that, team coming up as well. I think the Avs just a much better team. Don't trust the Blues. 3rd game in 4 nights for the Blues, coming off a 4-2 win against the Ducks. Do like the under 6.5 though here, -118. Joel talked about it. Avs got some goaltending finally. Georgiev and Anderson have both been great in the past 5 games, haven't allowed more than 3 in a game. And Bennington and Hofer have both been good for the Blues as well. So could see like a 3-2 overtime game here. Yeah, give me a 2-2 regulation play as well, along with the Avalanche and the under.
I'm going against the grain a bit here. I love St. Louis in this game at +170. Jolie talked about it, the Avs. Yeah, 6-game winning streak. They've been absolutely dominant as of late. But he also said, too, the Blues on a 4-game heater coming into this. They're battling. They're 4 points out of a playoff spot, I believe, here. I was listening to the GM, Doug Armstrong, on a podcast yesterday. And it was mainly to talk about his new role within Hockey Canada and that shit for the upcoming Olympics and the four fucking dicks or whatever that was. Yeah, whatever that is. Exactly. The 4 Dicks tournament. Maybe that's the new name. But he touched about his team a little bit too. And just like, you know what? We made a lot of mistakes early. And it was the time of the year where those mistakes are coming back to bite us in the ass. And now we don't really control our own destiny, which means we have to go out there and win. And that's the mindset that you have to have. And things like this start from the top. So to hear a GM just openly saying that, that message is being reiterated down to the coaching staff, down through the room. And it's been shown what we've seen from this Blues team in the past, 4 games or so, even I guess more than that. They're, 6-3-1 in their past 10, which is fine. But yeah, Bennington's been absolutely lights out. St. Louis at home this year. Jesus Christ. 21-11-1. And the Avs have struggled on the road, man. 17-14-5. A lot of those losses came earlier in the year. Yes, they're playing much better hockey now. Georgiev's been way more solid now than he was to start the season. But I'm going to take the Blues here at a +170 at home. Big home dogs. And then I'm with you guys. I absolutely love the under in this game with the way that Bennington's been playing as well as Georgiev. I think we're going to see a strong, physical, fast-paced, hard-skating game here, man. And the thing about the Avalanche, they fucking love taking the puck back. If you take the puck from Nathan McKinnon, or if Nathan McKinnon doesn't have the puck, these guys are all over you trying to get it back. So credit to that. But St. Louis Blues is just a depth team, I feel like, and you got a hell of a lot to play for right now. So love the under, love the Blues +170.
The mistake Armstrong made was firing Berube. He should have kept Chief in there.
I love Berube, but they've been playing pretty goddamn well since he left. I don't know. I'm a Berube guy. I think everybody is. I even question that, and I still question that decision. He's loved within St. Louis ever since they won the cup with him. But yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one.
One more thing about this game. We flated the Rangers and the Hurricanes for their trade deadline, but the Avalanche, with the addition of Casey Middlestat and Brandon Duhaime, Jakob Trenin, yeah, Sean Walker, absolutely. This team looks like it's fast again. Because Ryan Johansson, man, he just slowed the whole fucking team down, and Casey Middlestat has come right in there. I'm very impressed by him. He can move, he can motor. And he hasn't exactly been a little pussy weakling that I was warned about, but no, he looks solid. And yeah, Sean Walker's been incredible. 2 teams can win a trade. Sabres are looking much better with Byram. Avalanche looking much better with Middlestat. So that's good GM work. 3
teams can win a trade because we can go 3-way here. Include Walker in there.
Enough with the holes, Ryan. All right, relax. I just want to say too, Buffalo Sabres. Alex Tuck was on 32 Thoughts with Elliot Friedman the other day. I was listening to it, and he had high praise for Casey Middlestat. It was recorded before he was traded too, so it was kind of cool to hear his honest perception. Says that he's a leader and he doesn't even know it yet. Right, so that's some good stuff. Julie, you got yourself a guy there.
You know what it means? You know what it means in German? Downtown Middlestat.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
All right. Let's keep going downtown here. We'll move down to the 9 p.m. time slot. We got the Montreal Canadiens, Le Habitat de Montreal against the Edmonton Oilers. Game itself is in Edmonton. Montreal on the money line here sitting at +300. Oilers on the money line at -380. Oilers on the puck line -1.5, sitting at -148. The over-unders is 6.5. Overpaid off -108. The under -112. Shout out to Martin St. Louis, gone for the team for a personal issue or some shit. Hopefully everything's good there. The Habs. If only the Habs had, I don't know, Brady Tkachuk on their team instead of drafting Jesperi Kotkaniemi and then, losing him to an offer sheet and then trading those picks for Christian Dvorak. If only they had like a Simon Nemec instead of Yuri Slafkovsky. If only they had, I don't know, like a guy like Mishkov in their system instead of a David Reinbacher, for who's now a member of Laval. We talked about that earlier today. Fuck the Habs. You guys suck. Your organization's a joke. You can't scout, you can't draft, you can't develop. Give me the Oilers every which way possible. This team's going to get absolutely trimmed up by future Canadian Olympian Zach Hyman. I'm calling future Canadian Olympian Zach Hyman anytime goal scorer for this game, as well as over the number shots on goal. I will take the Oilers team total and the Oilers on the puck line -1.5, -148. Over under. Give me the over 6.5, -108, and an anytime goal from the future Canadian Olympian Zachary Hyman.
Yeah, there's a lot of big favorites on the board, and I think this is one where the underdog may have a shot here. At least Canadians +1.5 at +124. They do tend to play some closer games. Don't love betting against the Oilers after a loss such as the one against the Avs, especially with 2 days off. But I can't back the Oilers here at this price, -148 on the puck line against the Canadians. I know the Canadians, just playing for pride, if anything, at this point, but playing for their coach too. That's got to be in there somewhere. They took Boston to overtime last week, lost by 1 to Toronto. So, they play enough close games where I think +1.5 at +124 will be worth it.
Yeah, interesting game. Another +300. This is the time of season when we do get these bigger lines. It's a tough one to call. I'm not touching the side. Could see either one of you being right here, but under 6.5, I think, is the way I'm looking at this one. The Canadians have struggled to score, but they're getting better defense. Goaltending's been fine. Montembeault has been very good, actually, and Stuart Skinner, he's been good. Oilers' defense has looked a lot better after a long skid there. I know they deserve to give up more than 2 goals in regulation to the Avalanche, but still, they've been good at shutting most teams down, and the Canadians don't exactly have the most potent offense here. Another game without Martin St. Louis, too, so I think that hurts them. First game, that makes sense, like David Savard saying, you're going to try to win the game for his son. But the second game is less of an impact. So under 6.5, I think, would be my best bet in this one.
No love for future Canadian Olympian Zach Hyman anytime goal scorer?
Well, he might have hit 60 goals. So what's the line? Depends on the number, but sure.
I don't care about the bet. I want you to talk about him making the Olympic team. God damn it. When that Fortix thing is next summer or the one after? Yeah, that is next year.
Yeah, that's next year, I think.
All right. Okay. Well, yeah, he definitely has a case. He connects with McDavid more than any other of his line, I'd say, other than Draisaitl. So,
Chris Kunitz. Chris Kunitz.
Exactly. Chris Kunitz made the fucking team because
he has an Olympic gold medal.
Sidney Crosby.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's fine. It's like Makar and Devon Toews will be the first line deep pairing because they're so familiar with each other. So
yeah. You're Canadian. Armstrong said that on that show I was listening to. He's like, I might just bring that whole pairing.
Canadian GM Connor McDavid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay.
All right. We are brought to you by Champs. Champs is hosting a free March Madness bracket contest for a chance to win $1,000. And if you host your own pool on Champs, you get an extra free entry into the contest. Tiebreakers are determined by who enters first, so make sure to register now so you don't miss out. Head to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/champs. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/champs. And, of course, check out Hall of Fame Bets. Win bigger by betting smarter this NBA season with Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting analytics platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Research every NBA and soccer bet with historical stats and data. Enter any parlay idea into Hall of Fame Bets revolutionary parlay optimizer tool to get hit rates broken down by leg, as well as an expected probability for the entire parlay. Sort all players by hit rate for any bet to learn which players are hot and which picks have value. Stop betting in the dark and join over 30,000 users researching with Hall of Fame Bets to craft more intelligent, data-driven parlays. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit HOFBets.com and use code SGPN to get 50% off your first month today. Start researching, start winning with Hall of Fame Bets.
All right, here moving down to the 10 p.m. time slot. We have the Chicago Blackhawks and it's the LA Kings. Game itself is in LA. There's a couple great games on the slate. There's a couple shit games. This is a shit one. Blackhawks on the money line sitting at +295. Kings on the money line at -360. Kings on the puck line, -1.5, sit at -142. Over unders at 5.5. Over playing off -115. The under -105. Much like the San Jose Sharks, the Chicago Blackhawks are an absolute joke this year. And the LA Kings, they're in a battle right now, man. Yes, they're technically in that last spot in the Pacific here, but they're tied with Vegas when it comes to points right now. So, I mean, they both got to be pushing. I don't think either team really wants to be in a wild card scenario. I guess either team's kind of shafted no matter the way they finish. It's either you got to play the Oilers or you got to play the Stars. Yeah, so you're fucked either way.
Well, Stars,
the
Jets,
Jets,
and
my bad.
Avs are all 91
And the
points.
Canucks. This is a
The
mess.
Pacific is open too. Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to finish in a wild card spot here, but either way, I don't know. Playoffs are going to be so sick, dude. I keep looking at this schedule. I cannot wait for this shit to tee off. I don't know. Either way here, I love the Kings in this game. They got to come out. They got to get any kind of points they can get here. And the Blackhawks are just so bad. I'm sorry, man. It's the Connor Bedard show. Yes, he's great. Going to be one of the best players of all time by the time his career is said and done. But there's just nobody there around him, bro. It's ugly as fuck. I stand by my statement at the beginning of the season that they didn't do enough to surround him with players, and this is just an embarrassment. So give me the Kings, give me the over. Enough said.
Yeah, just saw this game on Friday night in Chicago. LA won 5-0 there. I think both huge favorites won in shutout fashion on Friday night. So yeah, Kings on the puck line here, -142. Blackhawks, would have a chance at home. They're a decent enough team at home, but on the road, 5-26-1. Last few losses, 5-0, 4-1, 5-0, 5-2 to the Blue Jackets, 5-0 again to the Avs. So Kings on the puck line at -142.
I'm not worried about Bedard's development. I mean, for most
nobody
is.
It's not his development. No, I'm not worried about his development. I'm worried about him wanting to be there. Like, if they do this again next year, what the fuck? Why would he want to stay? This is a conversation for another day. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. He knows that they're going to be bad this year. He's not going to blame them for this year. But yeah, you're right. If it continues like this, eventually you're going to get sick and tired. I mean, like McDavid was on a really bad Oilers team first 2 years, and they turned it around. But anyway, this game, yeah, I said that because I have nothing at all to say about this one. I mean, the Blackhawks have been spicy lately, kind of spicy. The Sharks, I think, are nearly $3 to finish with the worst record I saw. But their wins are all coming at home. They're still a really, 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 really bad road team. And the Kings have been, they're kind of inconsistent, but we know they can take care of this team, no problem. So, I would find a way to play the Kings, if anything, for this one. Blackhawks team total under maybe below. Bedard's at he's over a point per game again after a bit of a slow start after his coming back from injury. But yeah, -2,500 now to win the Calder. All good there. No more sweating Brock Faber doing a miracle thing. Find a way to play the Kings.
All right, heading down to the 10 p.m. time slot. We had the Minnesota Wild against the Anaheim Ducks. Game itself is in Anaheim here. Minnesota on the money line sitting at -218. Ducks on the money line at +180. Wild on the puck line -1.5 sitting at +120. Over-unders at 6. Over paying off -105. The under -115 here. The Wild are... I guess technically they have a chance, but let's face it, they're pretty much all but done from a playoff spot here. With that being said, the Ducks again fall into one of these teams that are just an absolute embarrassment here. Minnesota -218. I feel like that's not as bad as it should be. I don't know. If anything, I would lean towards this team to win in regulation here. Looking quickly, just off the top, 4 of the past 5 wins have been in regulation. A lot of those teams have been shit. We just saw them beat the Ducks, I think, like 2 games ago. It was like a 2-0 final or some shit like this. Anaheim's not a good team, man. So give me the Wild, give me them in regulation, maybe sit at like -130 or something like that. Over under in this game, I'm going to lean towards the under. Both teams just suck, and it should be a very boring Bueller boring game.
Yeah, Wild here all the way. I have the Joel Meyer special parlay. I got the Avs and Wild parlay together there. I think they're around plus 120. Ducks are just awful. I think they're not spoken about enough how bad they are. McTavish questionable, Gudas questionable, Zegras still out. Second worst expected goals, 4% in the past 10 games. Minnesota's up there 6th best, so they're still pushing. So yeah, give me the Wild here as a parlay piece. But don't trust them on the puck line because, like Talon, I do like the under 6 here at -115. Should be a low-scoring game, which means there are higher percent chance for a one-goal game. So yeah, give me the Wild as a parlay piece, and then the under 6.
I have nothing to disagree with there. Like the under as well. That's all I got for this one. But yeah, the Ducks were officially eliminated from the playoffs with their last loss. But I'm going to do it one more time. I'm going to be high on the Ducks again next season because they have an insane prospect pool. I mean, the talent on this team, the young talent is absolutely loaded. I mean, we'll get into that in the offseason. But the Ducks, once again, will be going with their point total over at least in the offseason. Maybe a little Jack Adams love for Greg Cronin or whoever they bring in there. Yeah, the Ducks they're going to be a fucking force one of these years, and eventually I'm going to be proven right.
You know what? They are fucking sick, and they got probably my favorite prospect of all time in their program. Like, it's probably my all-time favorite. You know, a little guy named Connor Gauthier. He's a killer. He's the best prospect not in the NHL, and he might just be the best player of all time in the entire history of the game. So I'm just gonna
no comments.
We're an hour in. We don't got time for this.
All right, we know the 10 p.m. time slot here. We have the Buffalo Sabres against the Vancouver Canucks. Game itself is in Vancouver. Sabres on the money line sitting at +164. Canucks on the money line at -198. Over under sitting at 6.5. Over paying off -105. The under -115. Sabres on the second night of a back-to-back. They are playing Seattle at 10 p.m. tonight here. Joel Tits, titty face. What's going on in this game?
Mr. Krabs?
Mr. Krabs. Is that still there?
No, I took it down.
Ah, shit.
I should have changed it to that, though.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, Sayers playing tonight, as you said, with Jukka-Pekka Luukkonen in the net. So we should get Devon Levi for this one, and that means we're fading the Sabres here. UPL is one huge reason, probably the biggest reason why the Sabres have been performing so well lately. He's been keeping them in games. Even that loss to the Red Wings, that was certainly not his fault. They lost that one. So yeah, without him in net, I think the Sabres are not exactly great. You know, they're tired too. They're playing Seattle, right? So it's on a border game situation. Canucks pissed off. I mean, Talon mentioned Vancouver or Toronto being pissed off at when they're like 9-3 or whatever, but Vancouver's got a little bit of that themselves. You know, 2 losses and everything's burning down, despite the 4 wins prior to that. And yeah,
sounds like it's burning down. We can hear the sirens from here.
Yeah, it's not good. And Elias Pettersson, he has 2 bad games, and all of a sudden, it's the worst contract in the league. Get the fucking Jimmy Rutherford out of here. So, yeah, Vancouver is like Toronto light in some respects. So, yeah, give me the Canucks here. I think they're going to dominate this one. Come out strong. I mean, the team's got to be feeling pretty bad after losing to the Capitals. And the Capitals run it back-to-back. Plus, they had that 3-0 blown lead against the Avalanche. Yeah, love the Canucks here. I like the under 6.5 with UPL in net, but with Devon Levi, I can't trust that. I do think it goes under more likely than it goes over, but I'm not touching the total. Just give me the Canucks to win the game.
Yeah, I like the Canucks here. Not too much to add. You can do the actual Joel Meyer parlay of the Canucks and Avalanche. I think that's probably a pretty good look there. And hearing you guys talking about, Vancouver and Toronto media markets almost makes me wish I lived in a Canadian hockey market, because all it is here is like, is Kenny Pickett gonna push Jalen Hurts?
Eagles.
What's going on with Joel Embiid? Who's going to replace Jason Kelce at center? No one gives a fuck about the Flyers. So I'm almost envious of you guys. But yeah, for this one, Canucks. I didn't realize they recalled Devon Levi. He's been decent in the AHL, but still just gonna go with the Canucks and a pass on the total.
I don't have a great lean for this game. If Buffalo was on the first night of a back-to-back, and like Joel said, if it was UPL and net Jukka-Pekka Luukkonen, I would probably be leaning towards Buffalo a little bit, a little spicy meatball play. But no, I think I got to go with the Canucks here. They got to right the ship a little bit too. The sky is falling. Misery loves company, so I'm glad to hear the folks in Vancouver are just as fucking dumb as the fans in Toronto, because I'll tell you what, these fans in Toronto are just fucking stupid. So I can only imagine how dumb the fans of Vancouver are, because everybody knows Vancouver is just a more drug-addicted, infested fucking, pretentious fucking place as Ontario or in Toronto. So hell yeah, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Give me the Canucks. Total in this game. Don't really have a great lean. Kind of facing the over, because technically we do have 2 backups in the net. I imagine DeSmith will play this game here. So yeah, the over 6.5 minus 105. And I said it before. I listened to the Alex Tuck interview. I would run through a wall for this guy. This guy's awesome, dude. So I'm going to lean towards him, either shots on goal or anytime goal scorer. Just dumb money bet, but you never know. Stranger things have happened. He's a hell of a fucking player, too. So those would be my plays.
What's the latest on Demko's injury? Is he going to be back for playoffs?
I don't know. I
don't think he's asking you, but it's it's a knee injury. It seems like, but it's a bit murky right now. No, it's not
undisclosed. Expected to miss 2 to 3 weeks per Farhan Lajdi of TSN reported on Monday
last week. Right?
Oh, yeah, that was last week.
I don't think there's been an update since then. So we'll see.
Which isn't a great sign.
No, plus odds to not win a playoff round, which, depending who they play, is probably not a good bet.
That's exactly what you need to know. You're basically betting on them making the 1 seed to play, I don't know, the Blues. Or
Vegas, the Blues.
I mean, Vegas could end up being in the
that's right.
Card too,
they're in the 8th spot, so that's not good. Plus odds would be pretty good. Because even Nashville...
You win the conference and you got to play Vegas in the first fucking round. Like, that's insane. Holy shit. All right, let's move down here. Final game of the docket at the 10 p.m. time slot. We have the Tampa Bay Lightning against the noted Vegas Golden Knights here. Tampa Bay on the money line sitting at plus 114. Knights on the money line at minus 135. Over under sitting at 6.5. Over paid off minus 105. The under minus 115. Rye guy, how about you fill this last hole here for us, buddy?
Yeah, I mean we're talking Vegas here, so yeah, you gotta fill some holes here. I think they filled some holes at the trade deadline, and they got Mantha. He's been good. Hurdle's obviously out still. Stone's out still, but that's their only injuries. They're healthy besides the guys they know they're going to be without. These are two teams that are, I think, pretty similar. They're great at home, 21-10-2, and Tampa Bay is 15-6-2 on the road. So I like Vegas here at home. They seem to always get that Vegas magic, especially in the third period. I didn't watch the Lightning Panthers game, but I'm seeing they got outshot 50-16 somehow.
He's been sick.
And I guess Bobrovsky was ill, maybe perhaps for that one, just shitting his pants in the crease there. I think Tampa comes back down to earth here after 3 relatively high scoring games. So I like Vegas here at home, minus 135. I guess I'll lean to the under 6.5, but no real strong play there.
Yeah, this one is a tough one to call, but I bet the Lightning, of course. The Golden Knights, I think, are they're a bit fraudulent now. And the Lightning are playing good. I know they got shelled by the Panthers, but the Panthers do it to most teams, so I'm not going to take too much away from that. And it is a good, encouraging sign that Vasilevsky can still have that in him after a number of bad games for the past 2 months or so. Yeah, give me the Lightning here plus 114. They're starting to get into playoff mode. Golden Knights are struggling to beat bad teams and losing to bad teams too. Their goaltending is just falling apart. Like this looks like Aiden Hill. I don't know, back when he was with the Coyotes. Even then, he was still okay. But he's not been good. Logan Thompson, he had a good game against the Devils, I guess, but it's generally not very good. Yeah, goaltending is falling apart for the Golden Knights. They're not playing great offense. They need Mark Stone back badly. They're not a competitive team without him. So yeah, Lightning all the way here. Lean to the over.
Ovechkin, baby. Let's go. Dude, there is something scary happening right now in the East. And that scary thing is that nobody is talking about the Tampa Bay Lightning. And this is exactly what they fucking want. Just forget about us. Just forget we have that psychopath Kucherov leading their team all the way. He'll slash you in the fucking teeth and then score a goddamn hat trick. Just forget that we got Braden Point, one of the best playoff performers in the past 10 years in the history of this league. Just forget that we got Victor Hedman on the back end, the biggest mutant arguably in the league, one of the best defensive defensemen with offensive capabilities. That is mean. Yeah, just forget that. Just forget that we got the best goddamn goalie pretty much in the past, 10 years since Carey Price left the goddamn league and left his prime. Just forget we got one of the best coaches in the league and John Cooper here. Keep on talking about everybody else trying to make this Eastern playoffs. Keep talking about Boston. Keep talking about Florida. Because I'll tell you what, when playoffs start, the goddamn Tampa Bay Lightning are going to be rip-rod roaring ready than ever. And there's going to be a lot of people wishing that they didn't forget to bet the Tampa Bay Lightning to win the fucking Stanley Cup, because this team's going to go on the run in playoffs I'm telling you right now, man. Depth has been a problem with it, but guess what? They got killers, they got studs, and everybody likes the shy team. And I'm telling you right now, start fucking looking into the Tampa Bay Lightning to have success in the playoffs here. And it's going to start again with this game. 3-game winning streak coming into it. I don't see why they can't win this game at home, man. If Vasilevsky finds his game, like Joel said, look out. Every other team in the league is going to be in trouble here. Over under in this game. Tuffy, don't really know how I like to lean on this one. I'm going to lean towards the under here because, I'm banking on Vasi having a hell of a game here, and I don't see Tampa scoring like 5 or 6 against the Knights. So give me the under. I think we're going to see like a 3-1, 4-1 final or something.
You can get 30-1 for the Cup right now.
Mikhail Sergachev is skating.
Yeah, that's even better, man.
Yeah.
Like, didn't he just break his leg like 5 weeks ago?
Yeah,
How is this guy
dude.
on the
He's
ice
Russian. Russian bones. They're not made of calcium. They're made of just fucking dirt, and they just fuse back together.
Experimental surgery or something.
Yeah, they just injected him full of borscht. He's just good now. I don't know. All right, consensus plays. What do we got here, Gilbert?
All right, we have the Leafs Flyers over 6.5 at -102. Joel's on the Leafs team total, but that's trending towards the over. Penguins +114, over 6.5 -105. Jets Rangers under 5.5 -108. Hurricanes -162. That's a Joel lean there. Not Jolene. That's a Joel lean. Predators -1.5 -148. Another Jolene. Wild Ducks under 6 -115. Then the Canucks at -198. A lot of juice there once again, boys. A lot of juice.
All right, let's move down to our lock dogs in total here. Current standings: Joel Meyer's in first place with a record of 56, 55, and 3, up 3.08 units. You better hope Easter comes quick, buddy. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay. Fast.
For myself, record of 54 and 69, 9.79 units, and Ragai record of 49, 64 and 1, down 14.56 units. I'm going to kick us off here, boys. I'm going to switch this up a little bit. I'm going to take the Canes in regulation against the New York Islanders at +115. Carolina's a sick team. The addition of Jake Gensel has been absolutely sick for this team. Plug and play at the deadline. They're playing good hockey. A little bit of controversy, a little bit of talk about the Rob Brendamore contract. I don't understand why this team won't just fucking pay the coach and his staff, for Christ's sakes. I feel like we just had this same conversation a few years ago, but that doesn't really affect the outcome of this game. Give me the Canes in regulation. For my dog, the big bad Boston Bruins on the puck line, +114 versus the shitty old Sens. Ottawa, I just can't do it. They're going to fuck me in this game. I know they are. They're going to end up winning outright or something stupid, but I'm still going to go with my brain here and bet the Bruins on the puck line. And then for my total, this is the bet I probably like the most.
With your brain, are you sure it's your brain, not your heart, your hateful heart?
There's no hate in my heart.
Sens hating heart? No.
There's only hate in my head.
Black hole that's in your chest.
All right.
You guys are so mean to me. I'm only nice to everybody. What are you doing? For my total, St. Louis, Colorado, under 6.5 -118. I love this play the most here. The Islanders have had a lot of trouble scoring. Or not the Islanders. What am I talking about? Sorry. Goaltending has been fucking sick for St. Louis lately. And then Colorado, goaltending has been better as well. So the 6.5, I think there's some good value. -118.
Yeah, for myself, my lock is the Golden Knights -135 at home against the Lightning. Just a great home team. Lightning are bad on the road. My dog are the Jets +105 at the Rangers. I think the Rangers have some regression due for them here. The Jets, I think, are a better team right now. And then my total is the Leafs Flyers over 6.5 -102. This might be my confident bet, just like Talon. The total being the confident bet. I think there's going to be a lot of goals in this one.
Totally.
For myself, Canucks in regulation at home against the Sabres here, -125. Sabres on the back-to-back from Seattle. They're playing UPL tonight, so Devon Levi tomorrow. So that's an ideal situation for the Canucks, especially given 2 losses in a row. I think that they bounce back here in a good way. My dog, I should have changed this one. I don't love this one, but giving the Blue Jackets +145 against the Red Wings. It's tough to go to war with the old BJs, but the Red Wings are just that bad lately. So hopefully they lose another game. Yeah, I'm not exactly confident in this one, but who cares? I've been confident a lot lately, and they've all been losing anyway. So fuck it.
You've been fighting off BJs your whole life, buddy. Don't even worry about it.
Old BJs, apparently. I didn't know Joel was into that. Whatever floats your boat.
East Van, man. East Van.
Oh, it's a dirty place. Just ask Evander Kane or Milan Lucic or
Connor Bedard's mom.
Nah, that's North End. She's a posh bitch.
I see.
Total Leafs team total over 3.5 against the Flyers plus 110. I think we'll see some goals in this one, as Ryan was saying. Except I think we'll see more goals from the Leafs. So yeah, I know we don't have Mitch Marner. That's a big deal, playmaking guy. But Austin Matthews, I think, is going to get another. He had 1 goal against the Flyers in the last one. I think he'll get a couple here. So give me the Leafs team total over 3.5.
2 goals is normally sitting at plus 500.
Yeah.
All right.
That.
Maybe.
We have a question in the chat from our
leave the cat alone.
How's the kitty, Talon? He just wants to. It's just a wellness check on Bowie here.
He's still alive. I promise you, I haven't killed him. He is still alive. He's a bit of an asshole. He's a sweetheart. He just gets a little fired up. He just gets a little fired up sometimes, and I get that. I get a little fired up sometimes too. So it's okay. Bowie's alive. I'll post a picture or a video or something so that I didn't fucking murder the thing. All right, Doug. All right, Doug. How's everything in your life, Doug?
Is Bowie with Kate Middleton, maybe? Does Kate Middleton have Bowie right now? You're going to Photoshop a picture?
Bowie is locked in the room with his mom right now because I'm exhausted. I can't put up with his shit during the show. Let's go fucking Ovi. 2-goal game. Holy shit.
Wow.
All right. Anything else you want to add here? Dustin Wolf, too small to play in the NHL? Not too small. He plays too small. Leaving it at that. Anything else you want to
add? Fuck the Capitals. That's it.
All right. Well, you should have just. Why would you listen to what I ever said? What the fuck do I know? Whatever. All right, everybody, go check the Sports Gambling Podcast on our website. That's the place to be. Tons of stuff going on in the world of sports, baby. Obviously, hockey, 13-game slate. Tomorrow is going to be electric on a fucking Tuesday in March. Hell yeah, let's get it. Get after it. March Madness. Games start tomorrow, you said, and then big day on Thursday, I guess. So there's stuff like that going on. Or not tomorrow, Wednesday. I don't fucking know. If you like basketball,
there's a few qualifiers to get in.
Yeah,
sure.
Thursday is
whatever.
Yeah.
If you like basketball, figure it out. Baseball season starting up pretty soon there. Soccer, Bundesliga. I just like saying Bundesliga. So there's that happening too. Tons of stuff in the world of sports, baby. You can find all the information there. RIP my Chargers. Go to the website, check all that shit out. Listen to the other shows. Everybody does such an awesome job. I saw Moonif in the chat here. So shout out that. Shout out our boy Moonif. He's always pumping out some good shit a little earlier, so that's awesome. Yeah, and then read the articles. Check out Ryan's fantasy hockey articles. He's pumping out. Playoffs are here or next week, depending on what league you're in. So it's a great way to kind of get a little step up above the competition. I was gonna say above the advantage, but that's not a thing. So hell yeah, man. And of course, shout out to all our friends and pals in the Discord, bro. If you're not in the Discord, you're not making money. If you want to get in there, reach out to myself or Ryan on Twitter. We'll be sure to point you in the right direction. Or what you could do is just go to your local East Van pharmacy, and when you're fighting your way through the junkies and the scrubs and the homeless people and the uglies, a lot of uglies, and the craft beer folk as well. You can find yourself in the crab medication aisle. And when you're looking to get some pube shampoo, you'll find our very own Joel Meyer, aka Mr. Krabs, and he'll be sure to kind of help you out. Be like, hey Joel, does this stuff really work? And he'll be like, hell yeah, brother, fucking fully endorsed. Surprised I don't have my name on the bottle. And after that, you can say, hey, how do I get in the Discord? And he'll be like, this is how you get into the Discord, baby.
Yeah, I've been filling too many ugly holes lately, so paying the price.
You gotta do it. You gotta do what you can sometimes, Make sure you are subscribed to the Hockey Gun Podcast on Apple Podcasts. Leave us a 5-star rating and review. Haven't got one of those in over a month now. We got the playoffs. I think the regular season ends in exactly 1 month, April 18th. So hype us up for the playoffs here. We're gonna get going here. Gonna ramp up.
Don't do it. No more reviews. Just
5 stars only. Reviews. 5 stars only. 5 stars. Positivity.
0. No more reviews from anybody. Right, well, don't care.
At least subscribe on YouTube. That helps us out. And yeah, get in the Discord.
Hell yeah, man. All right, everybody. My name is Talon Jenkins. You can find me on Twitter at Talon_Jenkins94.
I'm Ryan Gilbert. You can follow me on Twitter at RGilbertSOP.
And I'm Joel Meyer. You'll find me in the lab researching March Madness bets. We're going to get some some crazy regional things going. Although probably not crazy because it's looking like a pretty chalky tourney as usual. But yeah, right now Arizona I think is the best bet, 3-1 to win the. I think they're in the West, so have a look at that. Lines are falling, so get on that as soon as you can.
Are my Jayhawks in it?
Yeah, they are, but they're not doing so good this year. But they're a good team.
I don't know. Whatever. All right, everybody. Ryan, you got a pick? You got a pick for March Madness? Who you feeling?
UConn's winning it all.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all I know.
All right. No, what are you saying? What do we got? Is that it?
I said that's all I know. UConn just gonna take it all.
Okay. Hell yeah. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Peace.